Two legendary gaming laptops enter the arena. But in 2025, which one really delivers? On the left, the Razer Blade 15, sleek, power-packed, ultra-portable. And on the right, the Dell Alienware M15 R7, alien power, bold design, and out-of-this-world cooling. Let's skip the buzzwords and get to the real stuff. Each category earns points, and at the end, you'll see exactly who comes out on top. The result might not be what you expect. Before we get caught up in RGB lighting and sci-fi vibes, let's take a look at what categories we're judging these laptops on. We've got price and value, performance, gaming experience, battery, design and build, upgrades and ports, and then webcam and input. Think of this as our roadmap for today's showdown. So let's get started. Okay, first off, price and value. Starting with the Razer Blade 15, you're looking at a premium price tag. It's one of those laptops that kind of screams status. But honestly, it's going to cost you more than a lot of similar gaming rigs. And deals, not super frequent, so you'll probably be paying full price. Now, jumping to the Alienware M15 R7, it's usually cheaper for similar specs, and Dell tends to run deals like all the time. Oh, and upgrades? Way easier and more wallet-friendly on the Alienware side. Sure, it's a little bulkier, but for saving a few bucks, honestly, who cares? So if you want the most for your money, the Alienware sneaks ahead here. Performance time! The Razer Blade 15 is just a beast, honestly. We're talking better multi-core CPU and GPU performance, like roughly a 10% lead. Plus you can go wild with RTX 4090, or snatch that insane 360Hz display. So your games fly. The downside, it's a sleek, thin chassis, which means it runs a little hot after a while. Now, Alienware M15 R7. This thing packs serious power too, like up to RTX 3080 Ti. Their Optimus setup is awesome for battery life and cooling. But in benchmarks, Razer ekes out a win. Sometimes the Alienware fans go nuclear, so yeah, heads up. But for pure speed and frames, Razer Blade 15 is king here. Let's talk gaming experience. Razer, right off the bat, comes at you with a bonkers 360Hz refresh rate and thinner bezels for that edge-to-edge action. Colors just pop. And because it's lighter, it's actually nice to haul around to a LAN party, if you're into that. Downside, you do pay extra for those top-tier screens. Onto the Alienware M15 R7. Massive cooling vents, which is great if you're playing for hours. Plus, it's got a mechanical keyboard option. Super tactile if you're into that clicky feel. But it's heavier, and refresh tops out at 165 Hz on standard configs, so not quite on Razer's level. If you're all about buttery smooth gaming and portability, Razer is the clear champ for experience. Oh, and here's something cool. Did you know Alienware's look was actually inspired by the movie Independence Day? That's some serious sci-fi cred. And Razer's triple snake logo? It's literally one of the most recognizable symbols in gaming. Anyone clock it at events, right? Battery life. Yeah, this is always tricky with gaming laptops. So the Razer Blade 15 has a massive 80 watt-hour battery, which, seriously, is like 43% more than most. You get more unplugged hours, especially if you're just browsing or doing light stuff. Throws a party for portability. But throw on a AAA game and, you guessed it, battery drops fast. Alienware M15 R7's battery is decent at 56 watt-hours, and it does charge fast. But gaming on battery, it doesn't last nearly as long. And that beefy battery, it only adds weight. So if you want real-world battery wins, Razer's your guy. Now on to design and build. This is where the vibes kick in. Razer Blade 15 is just straight-up minimalist and metal all over. Seriously, it's compact, feels premium, and is almost a pound lighter. The screen-to-body ratio? Chef's kiss. Only thing, it's a bit of a fingerprint magnet. On the Alienware side, you get that wild, futuristic look. RGB everywhere, and some solid cooling design thrown in. But it's noticeably chunkier and uses plastic in a few places, like the keyboard deck. So, if you're after that sleek, classy feel, Razer wins. If bold and gamery is your thing, Alienware puts up a fight, but Razer edges it for build. Upgrades and ports. Okay, for the tinkerers, Razer lands more USB-C out of the gate. Tons of Thunderbolt goodness. Plus good old USB-A for your mouse and stuff. But heads up, the RAM's soldered in base versions. So if you want options, you'll need higher trims. Alienware M15 R7 really shines if you love swapping drives or RAM. Most configs are super easy to upgrade. Thunderbolt 4, only on the major GPU versions, but overall, both give you what you need. Honestly, it's a tie here. Both machines hold their own. Last one. Webcam and input. Razer has a surprisingly good webcam for calls or streams, and the precision glass trackpad actually feels buttery. But nope, no numpad. So if you number crunch, that's a miss. Alienware lets you go wild with the mechanical keyboard. And you can set RGB for every single key, which is kind of bonkers. But the trackpad is just plastic. Feels budget, not gonna lie. And again, no numpad. Overall, Razer feels smoother here, especially for webcam and laptop touchiness. So, Razer scoops another win. Let's lay this out visually. If we throw all those categories on a chart, you'll see the Razer Blade 15 sneaks ahead in most of the things hardcore gamers care about. Performance, build, battery, gaming flow. But Alienware puts up a strong fight on value and upgradability. Plus, both have a cult following, so there's no wrong choice for style. So, what's the verdict? Honestly, if you want the slickest performance, ultra portability, and top-notch fit and finish, it's gotta be Razer Blade 15. But if your wallet rules the decisions, and you want that chunky cooling with a bold look, Alienware M15 R7 seriously delivers for the price. In 2025, you really can't go wrong. Just pick your battlefield. If you like this breakdown, hit follow for more epic head-to-head laptop battles. Want to see your dream rig go up against the competition? Drop your favorites in the comments.